Boom, good morning, welcome. So these is one of the only reasons why I'm like, I gotta come back to North Carolina.
I saw new builds, apartment complexes across the street, apartment complexes behind that. And
Say my siblings hate me, but not say my siblings hate me. Drake drop. Yep, standing ovation.
I'm about to do all this right there.
Building a business, starting up. Here's some truths and here's some lessons that I learned. Boom, good morning, welcome. So I'm at the travel right now to North Carolina. I missed Mother's Day because she had to work and I also had to work. So heading to Greensboro right now to make sure I spend some time with my mother, and I'm about to go to the airport, pick up a rental. As you guys probably don't know, I don't have a car, so I have to do a lot of renting when I'm traveling or driving, at least within a 3 to 4 hour distance. Anything further than 6 to 10, I'm flying. I'm not doing none of that driving. But follow me through this vlog. I'm about to go spend some time with my family and also look at locations in Greensboro, North Carolina when it comes to finding a commercial space for me to open up a business. And we're gonna talk about the types of businesses and also locations and the criteria that I'm looking for. But anyway, stay tuned, like, subscribe. So boom, quick recap. I was able to take my mom out for Mother's Day. I went ahead and made it to North Carolina. In the process, we had some fun, took her shopping, made sure she understood she's appreciated because she's the only woman in a house full of all boys. So trying to make sure that she still feels like she's heard, she's taken care of, and just because it's all boys does not mean that we don't care for her as a daughter would, right? So boom, back to the business side of things, right? I went ahead and got up early, wanted to scout out some locations when it comes to like trying to find a commercial space that I can open up something at. And I think I lucked up and I found one, this spot right here. So North Carolina, as I was mentioning earlier, is where I grew up at a little bit. And I completely forgot that in my whole journey when it comes to business, because I got stuck in the whole Atlanta and New York and not realizing I could operate a business, especially a place I'm very well familiar with, North Carolina. And across the street is like mad apartments that they just need building right now. They're all new builds. I want to see how much traffic I can drive from there, here, and before I start calling around and making sure that the numbers make sense. And then across the street is a Sheetz gas station. If you're not from North Carolina or a little bit from the South, you might not understand the Sheetz gas station. Sheetz is not putting a gas station in a random spot where there's no traffic coming there. So I want to catch it. This is a good side of town. I think certain things will go well here. I think any of these units at a decent rate, it's not bad. And I think I could make something shake. I love this location so far, but I came here early in the morning just to see what it looks like. And then I'm gonna come later in the afternoon to get a full view of what the traffic is like. Hopefully we could build on this and then be able to move forward together. You know, it was wild. I almost forgot to actually get the number. So I could call the leasing agent after this to make sure I can actually get the rates. It's crazy. All right, so boom, I just got home. I still got work. I got meetings I'm about to hop on. And then I'm gonna run some numbers, make sure it makes sense. And then from there, reach out to a couple of people to see their thoughts on it. And then I'm gonna go back to the property later on this afternoon, but I am tired. But we move. All right, so boom, I came here earlier this morning. I wanted to make sure I check it out during the day too. Make sure I see what it's like, the build potential, and also the community around it. So I saw this space driving earlier this morning. And I was like, oh, boom. I was actually going to the gym. Snap Fitness is down the street. And then I saw this space and I was like, okay, I saw new builds, apartment complexes across the street, apartment complexes behind that. And I was trying to figure out, this might be a unique opportunity for me to get into a space that's brand new and actually be able to negotiate the lease and everything. And I was considering a wing spot or a coffee spot where people can come in, grab what they need to grab and go out, but not necessarily too much on staying there. I don't want people to sit there for long. I want people to just grab what they need to grab and leave. So I'm not looking for a big space, but something that I can work with. And I think this is dope. This is perfect. But some of the things I've been considering too, as far as like it being a new location, is yes, there's an apartment complex, but we're still in the suburbs. The issue with that I've seen, at least from my research, and you guys can correct me in the comment section, is a lot of people do not want to just walk towards a coffee shop because it's, a lot of the environment here, it's not walkable. So it's like you have to drive there. Even though the apartment complexes are here, people will have to get in their car to go get coffee. There's a lot of deterrence before they actually do it, unless there's something else here that's going to be established that drives traffic here too. And if it's like a, let's say a a restaurant, something that drives traffic here already, or a dental office, something. You know what I'm saying? So that makes it a whole lot easier to have foot traffic and also traffic that's already being demanded here, outside of people or hoping that people are going to just drive in here and work from here or whatever the case is. So I'm going to already have that mindset to reduce the actual sit-in traffic, and also the capability or the possibility that Starbucks could do the same thing right here. And I don't want to put myself in a predicament where I am competing with Starbucks. I could definitely make it more homey and make it more unique of a coffee spot or a wing spot, but it puts me in a spot where I got to be creative, right? And then I've thought about the instances where people might be driving to work. They might stop and get coffee, but the likelihood out here in suburbs is they might do everything at the gas station, Sheets. Get the gas, get the coffee, and keep going. But certain people don't like gas station coffee, so I understand that. Another part of things I have to focus on is the premium aspect of the coffee that I get, right? The beans and everything, making sure I'm selling a premium product, not something they can just grab and go from Sheets. So I like the environment, though. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think it's dope. I think it's great, and I think it's a possibility for me to run numbers and make sure I have enough breathing room to, sit on it if I need to sit on it, as far as like, okay, I need to build out certain things, maybe 3-4 months time span. The rent or the lease is not killing me, and if the lease is like $2,000, it shouldn't be hard for me to make $2,000 in a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I should be able to do. As far as like everything else, of course, I have my siblings to make my life a little bit easier, to help me run it a little bit, at least to get the work going. If not me, I don't mind getting behind there and working myself, but just to get the structural, foundational setup and everything, I want to make sure that the lease gives me some time to build all that out, and also is breathable for me when it comes to profit margin, or you just breaking even. I don't mind just breaking even, and then have a foundation to build on to make profit. So it's not bad. Take a look at the spot. I think it's dope. There's definitely a lot of possibilities here, but also a lot of hurdles that I got to get across. But I like it. If you guys have any experience building a business, whether it's a wing spot or coffee spot, please let me know. Stay tuned through the process, and I hope you guys like it.
Alright, so boom. Say my siblings hate me without saying my siblings hate me. They locked me out of my parents' home crib, bro. I know I ain't been here in years, but like, come on. Let me in. Like, come on. That's what I gotta go through. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Get money. Get money. Come here, little hoe. Come here, little hoe. Get off me. Come here, little hoe. Get off me. Bro, watch out, bro. What's up with dude? What if I threw all this rice on him? They could actually get mad as fuck. They can play too much. But I play too much.
Worse than Ezra.
Oh, shit.
What?
Worse than Ezra.
Who's that?
You know who that is, nigga.
Who?
You know who that is.
Who? Who?
Fuck is that?
The baby.
What baby?
So y'all could tell I don't sleep like that, man. But one thing I hate about North Carolina weather, it be mad cold in the morning and hot as hell in the afternoon. But that's just the way it is. Things will never change.
So fun fact about me, I do music. I'm gonna play something for y'all. And a few that I haven't released yet, I'm gonna let y'all judge it, alright?
I swear, when they be talking about no sleep for the wicked, I be thinking they be talking about me. Cause, bruh, like, me and sleep, we don't mix, bro. But I be needing it. But I be having mad to do. Like, this morning, I've been up since 5 a.m., man. 5 a.m. and it's 7 a.m. right now. But, like, I promised, like, I'm gonna play some joints for you guys. Today I got haircut appointment, I got work meeting, haircut appointment, and then I'm traveling back to Atlanta and go from there. All right, smooth. So here we go.
I should get bored, so I just put this in my music.
Yeah, I'm mad and I feel the pain. Bro, I'm sad and I feel the shame. You know that's strange.
Too much shit in my stomach, it's not the shit that I'm holding. I said it 10 times, this is why I was hoping.
You lost the truth.
Every time I heard you talking, you said some shit, but truth is you gotta walk from the flight to the penthouse. I've been living like I'm paid to. Been like can a neighbor, not at the times is stable. Thinking 10,000 a week, not to say they able. Said my challenge was weak, but you said my penthouse was. Alright, I ain't played through everything because that was already released. I like this Renty though. I think it's pretty smooth. It's a Kia, I think, but need a car. By the way, I'm getting a car. So far, this rental's been getting me around. I'm about to do a coffee run real quick, and then I'll come back home, get ready for my meeting, and then from there, do my training, and then from there, barbershop, and then back to Atlanta. So stay with me. All right, so boom, pre-cut, after cut. All right, so smooth, boom. Yeah, barber did his thing. I ain't gonna lie, no kizzy. Boy, smooth with it. Guess what? $25. $25, bro. These is one of the only reasons why I'm like, I gotta come back to North Carolina. Shit cheap. This shit would have ran me a clean 60 in Atlanta.
I went ahead and went to North Carolina to look for commercial spaces where I can start my business, build on it, and also be creative with the ideas and everything, have a full understanding of the layout of the land and also what to expect in that environment. I was able to find a location though. That was the great part about this. This was more in the suburb area of Greensboro, going towards the airport. It's a new environment where they're still building an apartment complex. There's a technical college in front of it, but not the full. It's like an annex college where people are going there for other things. There's a gas station already there. It's a Sheetz gas station. It's like QT equivalent. It has a small town attached to it. The issue with the small town is 7,000 to 8,000 people in population, but it's been able to keep growing. So I want to catch it early and be able to cater to that demo and be able to provide something of value. The issues that I'm running into is that the commercial space that I found, it is perfect for me to start a coffee spot, but also it has its intricacies that might affect me when it comes to gardening people to come and sit there. So for example, the apartment complexes are there. It's not walkable. It's North Carolina. If you guys are familiar with North Carolina, a lot of the places out there is not walkable. Unlike like a downtown or midtown of a big city, you just go downstairs in a coffee shop. It's part of your building. There, it's like a garden apartment. You have to drive out the apartment, but by the time you get to the main road, like the main street outside of your apartment street, that's when you turn into the shopping center to the right side. So the idea of people having to drive to a coffee shop is there, it's good, but it feels like you probably get more better traffic if you have a drive-through like a Starbucks, and that's kind of what I'm scared about if a Starbucks was to come there, because the whole facility is empty when it comes to that commercial space. And if Starbucks was able to land there and have a drive-through, I know somebody would say, why don't you just incorporate that into your day? It ain't cheap. I'm not rich. I'm not being funded by corporate America, nor am I going for a business. So I'm planning on doing this personally, out of my own pocket, and making sure that I can build a brand that holds value as of the people, supports the people, an environment where people can work in a cohesive space. I went with my little brother. He said something. He said that yes, Starbucks can be there, but I don't think people are going towards Starbucks like that. It's too commercial. It's too vague. It doesn't feel personal. It doesn't feel like a personal Starbucks. They're more all-inclusive where they exclude people now. So now he said that why don't you just focus on targeting people who are looking for a coffee spot, but a unique one. Maybe a lounging chair where they can get coffee, work, instead of like having like regular stools and stuff like that. Make it more homey. Make it more of a vibe. Have music playing in the background. Just make it more of a space where young adults will want to come work in a cohesive workspace where they might not take meetings from there because of the music, but have an understanding of who your audience is and be able to build on that. I've went through some numbers. I went through some what I would like to be comfortable with, but now it's a matter of me getting the actual numbers from those leasing companies and making sure that it's in alignment with mine, because I don't want them to pull me into something that it's above what I am looking for, but me being able to understand what my barrier of entry is, what I'm willing to lose, and be able to be okay with that. Another thing is I looked at starting a wing spot there, but I don't know how that will work because it could get real expensive when it comes to restaurants. The grease traps, the hood, a lot of those build outs get real expensive real quick. And because of that, I don't have a bank loan. I don't want to burn through that just to get the equipment, just to set up. Unlike me actually just going into a coffee spot, the equipment might run me maximum maybe $10,000, especially just starting up, and we can build on that. We can build an environment where we're growing and introducing each phase of it as we're growing with the business, so the audience could feel like they're growing with us. We can create a wall of wish lists where they can come and be like, you know what, it would be nice if you guys had this too. And we just look at it, look at what makes sense for us and what we can actually apply that to it when it comes to the coffee shop, so that they can feel like they are part part of our journey too, and that's the actual goal. I want to make sure that we are catering to our customers. And I think because of that, I have a lot of thinking to do. And if you guys have any experience in building a business, starting up a business, or if you think I'm overlooking certain sectors of it, please let me know in the comment section, because I do want to do this. I want to establish, at least get a lease signed by the end of this year, and then be able to build on it, especially when it comes to the business part of things, and being able to expand my portfolio and being able to be successful. Now, thank God I have siblings and family members there. I know people don't rely on their family members, but I don't mind taking an L as far as like making money from it, as long as my family members are able to make money from it and be able to work and help me build it. And hopefully long term, I'll be able to reap the benefits of it. And they see the value in it too. So I hope I haven't said a lot where I'm boring you guys, I've lost you guys. But if you guys have any input, make sure you put it in the comment section. And side note, Drake is dropping tonight. Sun is out, I'm back at home. I'm gonna have a vlog that shows a whole month in the life of me. And then I'm gonna have these one-on-one conversations. Thursdays is gonna be for business, Tuesdays is gonna be for my school, and the vlogs is gonna be for my overall month. So like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, make sure you do so. Love you guys, love you guys. Let's create this family together and this community together so we can grow together. All right, bye. What up, good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't know if y'all know, Drake dropped. Yep, standing ovation. Fabulous happened, greatest. All right, so boom, we're not gonna make this a video about Drake. We're gonna talk straight about school. I'm sorry, the glasses are because I feel Drake at heart, bro. But nah, let me talk to you for real, for real. So the semester is over, finals is over. Here's some truths and here's some lessons that I learned throughout the semester in regards to building a business, working corporate, and also going to school full time. Here's some key things that I've learned in regards to those things, right? With a month and a half going into the whole semester, what I realized is that like I'm great with structure, but I didn't leave a lot of breathing room for things to go wrong, right? I gave a very tight schedule to myself that if one thing goes wrong, the whole plan of structures goes to shit. And those are some of the things that I didn't necessarily account for that I started paying for going into month 2 of me being in school and also working and traveling and all that. And at some point throughout that whole process, it built a level of frustration in me just saying, why? Like, why am I doing all this? Like, I started understanding the value in being content with what you have and just making it work and just living a good life with what you have. I started really understanding that, okay, maybe being content and being complacent are not the same thing. I still think it is, but that feeling that one gives you over the other, there's value to that. And in that process, I started going back and peeling back the layers and realizing that, like, as much as I think that I have great time management or a good structure for me to keep going, I didn't leave enough room for social value as far as like just being able to socialize with your friends, being able to build memories, being able to build with people. I didn't have enough of that in there where everything started getting overwhelming. I didn't understand the value of just decompressing with just having fun, going out. That gives value to you too. So a lot of the things that I've learned throughout the semester is just a couple of things. One, I'm not Superman. I like to think that I am, but I'm not. Even Superman knows his limits. And because you know your limits does not mean you stop there. Being able to readjust and maneuver with your limits, right? Sometimes people think that sometimes I thought that it was a negative thing, but being able to recognize my limits and be able to adjust and redirect in a desired manner that still gives me my results is key there. And I think that with me, what I did with school was I dropped 2 classes. I'm not gonna lie. I dropped 2 classes. Instead of me being full-time, I dropped back down to part-time. But I was okay with that because I didn't want my GPA to suffer. With work, I was able to still maintain that because I needed to pay bills. And with the business thing, I didn't want to rush through everything and then still have to pay for it in the back end because I'm burning through capital. So what I did was just make sure that I recognize what's my top priority, right? Between school, business, and work. What's the top priority? And I realized that it is work. Work is number 1. A strong 2 is school because school is the long-term plan. And a strong 3 was business. And I need to make sure that I'm prioritizing my life in that manner so that I am not picking one over the other. And when they both bump heads, I have a level of understanding that this is priority, so this should take precedence over the other. And if there are any dependencies between the two, or one required something prior to, I'm able to understand that, recognize that, and make sure that I prioritize the dependencies before I'm able to move forward instead of trying to do things simultaneously, which aren't usually the best. So I learned a lot. I really, really learned a lot. And also with that, I was able to also start a new role Monday. which I love so far. And just understanding my capabilities, my efficiency, what that threshold is, and being able to just cut down on that and being able to give myself some buffer because I didn't want to finish the semester with a piss poor GPA. And I think priority for school is not necessarily being full time and trying to rush through it, but making sure that I have a good GPA and a good knowledge base of what I'm trying to dive into because that's very important. What's the essence of going to school, passing all the classes with bare minimum, and you still don't learn anything? You just wasted money. So being able to prioritize that when it comes to even just that section of education and being able to reprioritize or relearn what the value add is there in education, and same with business and same with all of that. So that's what this semester taught me. And also because of that, I do understand that I dropped 2 classes, but now I picked up classes for summer school, understanding that summer school is just for me to make up for those 2 classes that I dropped and being able to push forward with it. And also it gives me some breathing room for me to make sure I am settled within my work and the business too. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That was pretty much what I learned this semester. I have like a month off before school starts again. And this month is me just readjusting or get myself acclimated to my work schedule, my work life, and also that business part where I'm also searching for what's it called? I'm searching for locations. I'm doing my due diligence and making sure that all the check boxes are being checked, and also the app that I'm building. I'm still going through a lot of issues right now, but I'm solving it, especially when it comes to the login part. But we'll talk about that on the tech part and building the business part on Thursday. But I just wanted to give you guys an update with school. This was a quick one, and also stressing the importance of just being able to recognize value in things that you might not even see value in, and being able to identify that and own that. But yeah, like, subscribe. And if you guys have gone through the same thing or have experienced something similar, let me know. Also, Drake's album is fire. Drake's album is fire. And I'm almost done with my Invisalign. I'm on tray 9. No, 7, sorry. Got 2 more to go. But yeah, like, subscribe. Coffee time. And I got a meeting. I hate work sometimes.